Good afternoon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tumi Tladi, the host. Behind this microphone, you can't see me right now, but if you like to see me, please watch a video. It's called Introduction to Identical Dogs, where you can see my face, pretty face. But not only that, where I set out an expectation for this YouTube channel that this is what you're gonna be expecting, this is what we're gonna be talking about, every single thing. And then from there, please watch other videos from there so you can understand how I arrived to where I am right now. So we are still busy with a series on version control. So before we continue further, today is the 13th of August 2021. It's Friday, last day of this week. It's incredible. And then this weekend is gonna be coldish. I love the fact that this folder weekend has some series and movies. Oh, it's gonna be an amazing weekend. Okay, so time it's 25 minutes after 2 p.m. So now I have the browser ready. What you're gonna be doing with the browser? Wait. Okay, so we are in the midst of this version control series where I believe that this video is video number 58. I believe so. Now we start with the overview, video number 1, and the last video we did was this: undo changes and stash changes. So let's mark this as done. And now I want to sort this thing out before I go to what we're about to do today. So this new branch, I don't know what I had in mind for new branch, because we covered everything that has to do with the branches, and particularly master branch. Please watch the previous videos on this series. It's a lovely, incredible series. And what I want to do today, I want to do get blame and get comment. I added this one yesterday. So now, a full disclosure, I have never done any of this. So we're about to learn something. We're gonna do get blame and get comment. Okay, so this is gonna be video number 21, and then I want to do okay, let's do this. I want to do get tiny icons and symbols. So talk about this because I have a context for that one. Lastly, we're gonna do CI and CD pipelines. There's a possibility that I might do this in live in Azure DevOps. Maybe I might do part 1 and part 2, but there's a possibility that we might do this live. So we are left with the 2 more videos, you know. So now we are done with this series. The next mini series is gonna be on ASP.NET Web API for both .NET Framework and .NET Core. Speaking of that, if I go now to Visual Studio, you will see that I am on Identical Dogs system, and you see I've been doing some work. Firstly, you will notice that I'm on Web API branch. Like I said, please watch previous videos where we did branches, and particularly this one, project to branch, meaning that if I'm on this Web API, that means I'm working on Web API project. Okay. And then you see that there are 4 outgoing commits and there's nothing that comes in. And you should know that this branch is up to date with master branch. Okay. And then obviously I've been working today. And as you can see that the operation has been added. I've been adding some stuff where I'm working on V3 system. Okay, this V3 system right now I'm on part 5, where I have added this class. This is the current class, verify code for phone number request V3. This is the key V3, and as you can see, I'm in a folder called V3, and then this guy, verify code phone number request validator, it's V3. It's meant to be for V3, but I haven't yet gotten that far. And obviously, so I'm gonna leave this error so that I don't have to come back, because I'm smart. Obviously, I don't want to have to create a class and then not have this validator attribute, because then it's gonna bring this using statement, right? And then create a commit. And then after I created this class, and then come back to this one and add this validator, and then that also with the user statement, it's going to be too messy. So I know that there's going to be a folder. There is a folder right now under validators. Let's see. Yes, validators v3, but it's currently empty. And then there's going to be a folder called general there. So for now, I just want to see the focus. For example, let's do this. That obviously this project, let me mark this as a starter project. There we go. So for AutoMapper, we obviously have a web API. So there's v1, v2. Now I'm gonna do v3. And then for contracts, there's a web API. That's what I'm busy with right now. v1, v2, v3. We'll take a look at it. And controllers, there's a web API. There's already v1, v2, and then I'm gonna do v3. And then lastly, the validators, there's a v1, v2. I'm gonna do v3. And then I'm working with this document. As you can see, it's been modified. Okay, so I just want to show you that I'm gonna do something. The reason why I'm doing this, because I want the request that comes from mobile application. Please stay tuned for a major series after the next series. This one, that my next version of mobile application is gonna have a unique key that will be authenticated by web API before any request can and will be made. The reason why I'm doing that, I want to protect it when you're using this tool, Postman, to talk to my endpoints on the web API, also Swagger, so that if you don't have that unique key, you cannot talk to any of them. So I'm pretty much interested in that one. It's gonna be something that's amazing. Okay, all right, so we are done with this guy. Okay, now get blame and git comment. So when did I see this git blame? In fact, if we go back to Visual Studio and we do right click on this document that's currently open, let's give this guy a second to a minute or so. There we go. You see that there's a gate because I haven't committed this guy. Okay, let me go back to this one. Right click, get. You see there's this blame. So I want to explore this. Okay, so let's go and read what git blame is. Git blame, because like I said, full disclosure, I've never done this, so I'm curious to know what it is, what context is it being used, and how often, by whom, blah blah blah. So let's go. I'm not gonna read this. This is a creepy thing. The git blame command is a versatile troubleshooting utility that has extensive usage options. The high-level function of git blame is the display of author metadata attached to the specific committed lines in a file. This is used to examine specific points of a file's history and get context as to who the last author was that modified the file. Okay, let me give you, let's go to GitHub. We also need Azure DevOps, this side. There we go. So I love this. It's self-explanatory. Let's hear this one. The git blame command is a flexible tool with several options to use. The most important function of the git blame command is the display of author metadata attached to a particular committed line in a file. It is used for exploring the file history and finding out the last author who changed the line. I think this makes sense. We'll come back to it. So we're gonna be working with YouTube private new repo. Okay, and then while we are there, I think we should leave this one, close the solution, and then we're about to open that YouTube private new system. So let it unload in the meantime. Okay, this is the one, and then while it's doing that, I want to search Maui. Come on, where are those options? Yes, all GitHub. We should do this in a new repo. Okay, so this is where Microsoft has been working on .NET MAUI. By the way, they released version or the preview number 7. It's fantastic. I saw a video this morning. It's super incredible. So I like to use this as an example. So there's the team .NET MAUI. Okay, so because as you can see, let's go to the contributors, 383, and then what I want to do is I want to show the commits. So Matthew, this guy, Matthew, James, and let's use the last person, Lutz. If I believe it that when it comes to this, how should I say this? When it comes to this, get the blame. These are the 3 people. So I want to simulate this in my case. Okay, so we're about to explore this, but where should we go? Let's go to this commit with the one of WPF 14 days ago. So I want to go to this specific commit. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. So this is the commit where we removed these guys. We only left the system.windows, and we added this constructor, and then okay, let's say here. Now let's say here I want to blame that it don't remove these unused using statements. So I know this is a comment, right? I don't want a comment, I want to blame. So that's the thing. How do we do this? Maybe let's do this. Let me ask this side, what is git comment? Git comment. Maybe we will learn what it does and how to utilize it. Because here I want to leave a comment here. So if I click here, I believe you see it's a comment. We'll come back to it. The git, not git commit, I want git comment. The comment, not git commit, I want the comment. The author telling me about git commit. Even this guy doesn't recognize the comment. Still, unfortunately, we cannot do this. And we have also learned about the blaming, you know. Okay, so we're gonna close this. Let's figure this thing out ourselves. So here I'm gonna, okay, write why are these comments removed? So let's say there's a question. Because this is necessary for documentation, exclamation mark. Okay, let's just say that's what we are doing right now, right? So if I do preview, this is how it's gonna be. Okay, and I can cancel, add. I can attach files by dragging stuff. I can mention a person. This is gonna be interesting. So if I do add Edward, there we go. It's interesting. What about this one? reference an issue, pull request or discussion. Header text. Let's do this to be header text. Here it's bold, I know, so let's do this to be bold and italic. And then insert the code, insert code, add a link, add a bulleted list, add a numbered list, add a task list, insert a reply. So I think this is enough. And then add a single comment. There we go. Look at this. So this is, I'm saying add what, because I'm the only one, right? And then I'm asking this question. Okay, there we go. That's it. The question is, does it create a commit? Because we need to know stuff like this. 0 comment on commit. How about we leave another one? Next time, please do not remove any comment that you see. There we go. And then also this, we're gonna make it bold and italic. And then comment on this commit. Okay, so what did we do here? So this is a comment on a commit, a general comment, right? And then this is, I believe, an inline comment, which is something that's interesting. I can hide, edit, code a reply, copy a link. So this is interesting. So let's go and see how we can do the same thing this side. Let's go to console yesterday. This specific commit. Let's see how we can find a way to blame or write a comment, something. But we are still learning. I'm still looking at, look at this one. Add a global comment to this commit. Okay, that's interesting. What is cherry pick now? Create a tag, new branch. Oh, nope. Okay, so that's what we did. Let me now write a comment here to say, why did you remove? Because it won't work. Please watch the previous video where we did this yesterday. Click to a comment here. Why was the keyword static removed, as this won't cause the app to run or launch? So we're asking a question, and then I'll do the same thing to say add no results found. And this one is even smarter. Okay, let's do something like this. Question, and what can we do with the options here? Mention a work item, mention a pull request, header 1. Okay, it's interesting. Let's make this guy bold underscore. These are, it's like it's the same syntax also in GitHub. It's interesting. Code, link, bullet list, numbered list, task list, the same thing. And then this is how, look at the preview. When I do things, it shows me. I love this. So this is me editing this, and I hit comment. There we go. So if I click this, it shows a this is interesting, and we see that it's active, pending, resolved, one fix, closed, as opposed to this one doesn't have those B stuff. See, it doesn't have stuff like that. See, this is GitHub, but Microsoft on the other hand, it's quite interesting. Pending, resolved, one fix. This is stuff for collaboration. This is good stuff. I can continue to edit. I can delete this. This is Microsoft for you. Okay, and then I can mark this thing as resolved. Okay, it's interesting. And here I can add a global commit. So global commit will be line 8. Can't you make it a static so that the overall app may run launch? So this is a good question, as we've learned that we can make this guy header number 1, and we can also make it bold. I want this whole thing to be bold. Okay, we already made that. Did we though? We removed that. We added that. Okay, cool. And that's it. So there's a global commit. A comment rather. Okay. So it seems like the only thing I can do really, look at Azure DevOps, how I think this is really cool and really amazing. It still shows this guy. I think this is pretty cool, pretty amazing. So what about details tab? Okay, files, and then our comment is still there, and we've learned that we can collapse this. So where is that global? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so this doesn't create a comment, which is something interesting. It just leaves those commented there. So isn't there anything else we can do, like blaming? Unfortunately not. How does it look like side by side? Okay, it's still there. Interesting. Okay, now we've learned that we can leave some comments, right? Will it somehow show that we added some comments here? No, it won't. And then what about this one? If I go back to the code, will it somehow show that? We know that it doesn't create a commit, which is good, but it also doesn't show those comments. I feel like we need to find a way to show the comments, like a global comments. Now the last thing we need to do, let's go now blame stuff. Let's go to class library, real class. And in real class, what happens if I do right click? Let's give this guy a couple of seconds. right click, so we are on master, obviously I'm aware, and if I go to get blame or annotate, what does it do? I've been curious. Retrieving the history for this file. This is interesting. Annotating. Annotated this version. What about this one? Right click, go to base, go into implementation, find references, can you test, snippet, hell no. And what does GitHub do? Open from clipboard? No. So let's see, annotate this version. So basically doesn't do anything. This doesn't even create a commit, doesn't do anything. So what's the point? I mean, can I add something? GitHub, okay. If I do blame, it's gonna be the same thing. No. I'm not even allowed to type in anything, as you can see. I can't add anything. There's nothing that shows on the side, unfortunately. So, well, I think I'm done. There's nothing else to do here to blame. So why is it in here though? Okay, I'm done. Okay, no, I'm done. There's nothing else we can do here, because even the internet doesn't know anything about git comment. I believe these are internal stuff, and that's it. Okay, with that being said, stay tuned for the next video. I got 2 more videos to go to make. Get the tiny icons and then symbols. It's gonna be very, very important to this one. And lastly, we might do part 1, part 2, where we do the live CI/CD in Azure DevOps, particularly for mobile application to point to Google Play Store. We'll see. Yeah. So with that being said, thank you very much. I hope you found this informative, and then if you did, please like, share, leave a comment if you have any, and tell your fellow developers about the goodness of this content, and lastly, subscribe. Thank you.